Is the phrase, "This home is in need of updating or removal," going to sell your property? Hi, I'm Dimitrios. I'm a real estate agent and I help people buy, sell, and invest. One of my niches is focusing on properties that are tough to sell, expired, canceled listings. One of the common objections I get is, what do you really do differently? You're just going to put the property on the market like every other agent. So let me tell you a story of what is happening presently. We're getting ready to list a property, and how it was previously advertised was nature, 2 deeded lots, high-speed internet on the street that's been newly added, and yes, that the property is in need of updating or removal. Now, after talking to the seller, he says that the property was gut renovated down to the studs, less than 40 years ago. All new electric, HVAC, mechanicals. It had a new pump, new well and septic put in the 90s. It is a far cry from needing updating or removal. And you got to keep in mind that, you just need to find one buyer who's going to love the property. So someone might want to tear it down and put up a new house. It's a very cool, farmhouse that was built in the 1880s, still has a slate roof and the original hardwood floors. But you could equally find someone who's going to love the property and, want to keep it or build an addition on it. So we need to craft our advertisement for what is going to bring the current owner the most value for the property. And, not sell it simply for raw land, which is going to go for, far, far less. So in this case, we need to craft a story around what the buyer is going to love. They're going to love being in nature. They're going to love the seclusion. They're going to love the historic elements of the property, the huge vegetable garden, that it's in the middle of hunter's paradise, that it is, less than a mile from a 1,600-acre Boy Scout reservation. So these are the key things that, we need to sell, that are true, that are accurate, that need to be told for a buyer to see the property differently and then fall in love with it. And if it does need some work, then they're willing to spend the money to renovate because they've already been convinced about the location and the potential of the property.